So, that bait in the intro, that's a 3-piece trout, and that's not what we're doing today. Today we're doing all the techniques I know how to do decently of this, an aluminum open pour. This happens to be the Epic Pud by Epic Bait Molds, but I was going to do that one, but my airbrush wasn't working and I needed a reducer for it, so we're doing this instead. Doing all the techniques that I know. So yeah, we're gonna just be using remelts again, like in the last video, just colors that have been pre-made, and yeah, let's get started. So the first thing, hold on. So the first thing is making sure your molds are not super cold, because if they're really cold, you'll get open pores, you'll get denting on the top, and it'll make a concave surface on the top, and it won't be flat. And also, your plastic, you'll get a lot of cold cracking with your plastic. So what you need to do if your garage isn't warm, which mine isn't, there's no insulation on anything, is you need to heat up your mold with a heat gun. So it doesn't need to be super hot, you need to be able to touch it, but it needs to be, it can't be cold, it needs to be kind of warm. So I'll just hit this with air for like, I don't know, 5-ish minutes, maybe less, maybe more, it depends. Okay, that was not 5 minutes, that was like 2 minutes, but these are warm to the touch now, not hot, but they're warm. So we will still get some denting, depending on how hot I pour the plastic, but it won't be as bad as if it was cold. And the sides of the bait, which is what really matters, will be very clean. There will be no lines, no cold cracking, no problems like that. So get this ready. First one we're gonna do is just a two-tone bait, but it's not going to be horizontal lines. It's going to be vertically separated, so the tail's going to be a different color than the body, or the back half's going to be a different color from the front half, and it's pretty easy to do. So that's the first one that we're going to do. I'm probably going to have to do some more tomorrow, so yeah. So get 2 cups of plastics. You're going to need them both hot at the same time. Let's get you this. And I think I'm gonna do this blue for sure, and then this pink. Pink, I think, will be a good separator. I don't know which one I'm going to do on the tail and which one on the head first. I think I'll do pink on the tail, because that's where all the movement is and it'll be bright. So yeah, we'll pop these in the microwave, and I will. You want to get these relatively hot. You don't want them like at 400 or anything, but you want them warm enough so that they flow nice, like glove. Colors are hot. I'm gonna pour. I want to pour the tail with my right hand, just because that's more comfortable. There's a lot of bubbles in this, actually. I'm gonna pour it anyway. Now you're just gonna slop it over. Slide all the excess, or most of the excess off. And now we wait probably like 10 minutes and it'll be cool. Because I don't need to heat set this or put on the hot plate. I just need to, I poured those, they're both hot plastic, so they both blended, and it's going to turn out nice. Okay, so I went and ate dinner. This thing's definitely cold enough, so let's see what we got. That's nice. Can you focus? See, that's very, it won't focus. There we go. That's very mixed right there. That's not going to come apart. And you have a nice natural color, and you got this really bright tail on the back that's going to do. It has a really good action. It has a good action regardless, but this just adds to it. It makes it brighter and more likely to get a bite from an aggressive fish. So that there. Now we're gonna do what should we do? Skim pour. Yeah, let's do a skim pour. I'm gonna clean all this up. I'll teach you how to do a skin pour. I'm running really low on plastic now. We're gonna do a clear with like some super tiny silver flake, I think. That's it. In one color. And the other color, I'm just gonna use that pink because that's a good color for this. It's bright. You gotta mix this up really good because it hard packs and it's where it separates. So I think it's the hardener sinks and it separates from the rest of the blend. And if you don't mix it and you just pour it, you're gonna get some really horrible pours and injections, and they're gonna be super sticky and messy, and they're never gonna harden fully. I've learned from experience, and it's not fun. Okay, I think we're good. Wow, I still have that much. Goes a long way. Okay, this has to get past 350 because it's brand new plastic. So. Okay, so that's this is 400, so it's safe to pour now, but it's really hot, really bubbly. But I'm gonna mix, actually, I'm gonna mix in this flake, just some super fine silver flake. I don't know if you won't focus. Yeah, some super fine silver flake there. That's going to go in the clear skin layer. So yeah, we'll let this cool down a little bit so that the flake stays suspended, and then we'll pour it. So we'll wait I'll wait maybe 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, and it'll be ready to pour. And yeah. Okay, so we're at 350, 340. So I'm gonna pour this and pour it out. It's gonna be a little bubbly because I don't have a vacuum chamber, but I don't care. So. It doesn't matter, I can just slob it on there and then dump it out. You dump that out. I didn't need all that to pour in the first place, but now I have that color. I put too much in the cup, but it's better to put too much than not enough. So I'm going to make the belly that pink, and I think I might end up pouring this I don't know what. Well, I'm having a brain fart here. I was just gonna do this to the top, but I might make this, fill this up like halfway, and then do that white over it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So we're still gonna heat this up first. Yeah. Okay. This is ready to pour. Just filling up to that hook slot. A little higher actually. There. That's going to be a good belly color. And then I could just pour this. Ooh, that blended. Uh-oh. I might have screwed it up. We'll see how it looks. That might look really sick actually, because this wasn't like a color, this was just silver and clear. And it looks like it went in to the pink, so it might, like in the middle and not on the, it looked like, here, I'll show you. It looks like focus. So from what you can see, you can kind of see it. It won't focus all the way for some reason. But right, I'll do it with it. So right in the middle, it's silver, and on the edges, it's pink. I think that'll be cool, even though it's not what I wanted. The tail's the color I wanted. I wanted the tail to be this just because I thought it would look nice. I think it'll still look good. The skin's still going to be there, so it'll still have silver on, or silver flake clear on the outside, and it'll be pink and silver in the middle too, which might be cool. So this still worked. We're gonna use the heat gun now, if this is cool enough to pick up. It's kind of hot, but it doesn't matter. Okay, that's probably fine. I can also peel all that off and then put the bait back in the mold and melt it all the way the rest of the way. Don't smell very good. Now I have to wait for that to cool down. So, I'll be waiting for a while. Okay. It's ready for demold. Still kind of hot, the mold is, but it's definitely cooled off plastic, so. I'm kind of excited because I didn't mean for it to blend. It blended because the pink was still melty and liquid, and it hadn't heated up enough to where if I poured other plastic on it like I did, it wouldn't support it. The plastic would just punch through the top layer and get into it. So I'm excited. I've never done that before. I want to see what it looks like, but it definitely was not intentional. Well, it looks like it just kind of went into the middle and you can't see it. Yeah. I like it still, because there's still the skin. The skin's still there, and it's just pink. Like, that's what it would look like if even if I didn't put this on the top and blend it. Like, that's pretty much what it would look like. There's a little bit of a shiftiness up here because it's clear, but it's also pink on the top, which is kind of a cool effect, but it's mostly just, that's what it would look like. It's very sparkly. I don't know if it looks very good on the viewfinder. So, it's more red in the viewfinder. It's very pink in person. It's very pink. But in there it's red, which still doesn't look bad, but don't look as good as it does in person for sure. I like the clear tail, even though that's going to be harder for the fish to see. It's going to be, yeah, I think I like it. So, that's all that matters. So, I think I've changed my mind about all the techniques, because I've been down here for a while. This video is now jeez. This video is now the 2 easiest techniques. Not the 2. Jeez. I apologize. The easiest techniques I know. So there's one more technique, and that's just a straight color. And I'm gonna do that. And then that's gonna be this video, is easy techniques you don't need a lot of stuff for. Like, you don't need a hot plate for this. You just need a heat gun, microwave, plastic, and Pyrex. In a mold, obviously, but you could do this. You could do all these techniques with any mold that's deep enough to do it. Like any swim bait mold. It doesn't even have to be 2-piece. You could do this with a resin mold. These are going to be the easy techniques. Next video will be more advanced stuff, like with the hot plate and with airbrush. I'll use the airbrush and airbrush things. So yeah, I got one more thing to pour and then we'll be done. I think we'll make this like a bluish color with silver flake. That'll be cool for the final one. So yeah, this is the beginner's guide. The next video will be the more advanced video. And then I will also be doing videos on a couple handmade molds that I own. I have a trick worm, like a zoom trick worm mold that I made out of putty. I don't know if you can see all the detail in there. All that detail in there. That was loud. All that detail creates really nice trick worms. So this will be either one or two, probably one video on both of these. This is one my cousin made. It's a tiny little swimbait slash jig. Yeah. It doesn't swim like a swimbait. It's more of a jig. You rip it and then the tail flutters. But I will do a video on these, and I have other homemade things I can show too that didn't turn out too hot, and I can explain why. But yeah, so let's get that last color poured, and then yeah, I will have I might have bonus fishing at the end. I gotta look for something. So we'll be using Iridescent Blue by Black Diamond. You can get this stuff on Amazon for pretty cheap. They got a lot of colors too. These are just powders though. If you want, I don't own any liquid soft plastic colorants. I own like resin dyes and stuff, but they don't work as good. So I would recommend getting liquid colorants first. I don't own any, but it seems that it's way easier to get nice colors with liquid. So I'm going to buy some, and I'll do a video on that. But right now we're using this. This is my favorite color I own of the powders. It's a very nice blue. So we'll heat up this plastic and get to pouring. Okay, plastic's hot. Putting in the colorant now. That's all we need. Maybe. I might need more. Okay, that's it. That's it. It's a nice blue. I'll show you after I pour. It's hot. Just get flat. Come on. Okay, I overdid it a bit, but it's fine. You just wipe it off. Okay, this is still hot, like it's pretty hot, but it's safe to demold. Plastic's hard, I'm touching it, it's fine. Yeah, I'm not like burning myself or anything, it's just kind of uncomfortable to hold. One of the reasons it takes so long for these to cool off is because it's aluminum, so it conducts heat really well. So I didn't heat this up at all, but I poured this plastic and it was like 350 degrees, maybe it was close to 400, and it just instantly heated up all the metal. I didn't heat this up at all and it's still pretty hot on the outside. Okay, big reveal, final reveal. Perfect. Sparkly. This is a not super natural, but it's not super unnatural either. Blue is a pretty natural color, but then I put the super sparkly silver in there and it kind of makes it unnatural, but it's still like a fish can look like that, you know. It's not like some crazy tropical color. Like a regular fish can look like this in salt water. So yeah, I like that color a lot with the silver and the blue. I've never actually done that, even though it seems super basic. This one isn't very if I heat set this, it would be shiny like this one, but right now it looks like a one of those blue raspberry like Dum Dum sucker pop things, like a flavor, like cotton candy. So yeah, that's the end of the video.